Hi there and welcome to Beauty Talk. My name is Linda, and if you didn't know me already, I love everything about skincare, makeup and beauty. And today I wanted to talk all about cleansing your face. So this is the first step of when you're trying to put together an anti-aging skincare routine. So this is very important. A lot of people are going to say that why you make a video about cleansing your face, you just need water and soap and that's fine. Well, no, it's not enough. It's not enough. Doing a proper cleanse is very important, especially for an anti-aging skincare regime, because if you're not doing a proper cleanse of your face, everything else that you do after is worthless. So even if you have the most expensive skincare, the most expensive serums, if you're not cleansing your face properly, they are worthless. So for this video, I've done a lot of research, and I've also read a lot of books from dermatologists and other experts so that I can give you reliable information. But also I want to say that if you do have a serious skincare condition, please stop watching this video and just go to a dermatologist or a doctor. However, if you are looking for guidance in terms of how to find the right cleanser and how to properly cleanse your face, well, then you are in the right place. Perhaps you might have already seen some videos around the topic. There's a lot of people here now on YouTube talking about these things. However, maybe the way that I explain things can be enjoyable for you. And if you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to give me a like at the end of the video so that I know you like this type of content, but also subscribe to my channel. That really will mean a lot to me to help grow my channel. But also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. I also share other beauty tips there, but also a little bit of my personal life if you're interested in seeing that. So now I want to talk about how many times do you really need to be cleansing your face a day. So there are two kind of thoughts here. So there are some experts that say that you should be washing your face at least once a day, and then in the morning you don't need to cleanse your face with the cleanser. Instead, just rinse with water. And they argue that you don't need to wash your face or cleanse your face again in the morning with a cleanser, because you do need some of those natural oils that are left in your skin to help with protecting from environmental aggressors, but also just to keep the skin healthy in general. However, there's the other experts that say that you must cleanse your face both in the morning and in the night with a cleanser. So they say that it's important to cleanse your face again in the mornings, because during the night we also sweat, and then we have like bacteria and then some dead cells that need to be removed in order for our skin to stay nice and healthy. However, the most important takeaway here is that all the experts agree that you need to be washing your face properly at least once a day, preferably during the evening, because it's usually in the evening where our face and our skin has been through all the pollution and dirt and sweat from the day. So you want to at least be doing that. However, what I've learned from what the experts say is that it's also going to depend on your skin type, environmental factors that is going to help you kind of assess whether you actually need to be cleansing your face again in the morning, or if you are just fine with rinsing it with some water. Generally, people who prefer not to cleanse their face in the morning are people who have very dry and sensitive skin, that they might want to dispense with using a cleanser in the morning and just do a little water rinse. So in my case, I have oily combination skin, so the center of my face is oily and the sides of my face is normal to dry, and I do prefer to cleanse my face again in the mornings because I want to remove a little bit of that excess oil. However, during the winter, I sometimes forgo doing a cleanse and I just rinse with water. Another way around this is that instead of my regular cleanser, I would use a more creamier, more gentler cleanser, if you wish, in the mornings. And that's actually what I do in the winter. And that is also something that you could keep in mind, is that depending on the seasons and the climate that you live, you may also want to adapt your products. In that case, like I do, I kind of switch out my morning cleanser in the winter for something that's a little bit more hydrating, even though I have oily skin, just because the atmosphere in my home and in the office when I go to work is a little bit more drier. So I prefer to use a cleanser that's a little bit more gentle. So I'd still do a cleanse in the morning, but I just use something that is a little bit more gentle, if that makes sense. So when it comes to the morning cleanse, Caroline Hirons, who is someone who I've learned a lot and been following for many years, she says that, the morning cleanse is so important because it's going to prepare your face for the day. Just like when you take a shower to prepare yourself for the day, you also want to cleanse your face in the mornings to prepare it for the day, but not also so that your face is prepared to put on all your other products, all your serums, your creams, and all your SPF. The importance of finding a good cleanser is because you want to find a cleanser that is right for your skin type, but also one that is gentle. No matter what skin type you have, you want something that is gentle. Nowadays, most cleansers are gentle. However, back in the day, they were not. And still, there might still be some that are not the most gentle. So the importance of finding a gentle cleanser is that you want one that is not going to be overly stripping on your skin. One thing to consider is the pH of the cleansers. Nowadays, they're kind of balanced. But what is the pH? If you didn't know, the pH of our skin, first of all, the pH is, you have 0, it goes from 0 to 14. 0 means that it's acidic, the most acidic, and 14 means it's the most alkaline. Our skin is generally around 5.5 pH, so it's slightly acidic, and that's important so that it protects our skin from bacteria and other things. So if you use a cleanser that is too acidic, it's going to make your skin prone to breakouts, but also it's going to make it produce more oils because you're overly stripping it, and then it's going to produce more oils and lead to breakouts and irritation. However, if the cleanser is too alkaline, and then your skin is going to be drier and dull and potentially even flaky. So it's just not good to have it either way. It's best for it to be balanced in a balanced pH. And this is why using regular soaps that we use on our body is not good for our face, because the pH is not the best. And it's okay to use them on our body because the skin of our body is slightly thicker, so it can handle it. But if you use it on your face, you will notice that it might leave your face overly stripped. The other thing to understand about cleansers is, that's why it needs to be gentle, is that you don't want it to leave your face feeling tight. So often people relate the feeling of the skin feeling tight, that it means that it's been properly cleansed, that it's clean, it's squeaky clean. And the reality is that if your skin is feeling tight, it is actually not happy. It's actually been overly stripped, so it can lead to broken barrier function problems and other skin irritation. What you want to feel after cleansing your face with a proper gentle cleanser, the skin needs to feel soothed and calm and hydrated, not tight. So if you are using a cleanser that leaves your skin feeling tight, and then perhaps you're using a wrong cleanser. So let's talk a little bit about the types of cleansers out there. You're generally going to look for a cleanser that's according to your skin type. Generally, I say this because it also has to do with your preferences. So generally, people who have dry skin, they're gonna want to use creamy cleansers. If you have sensitive skin, you may also want to use creamy cleansers, but also gel non-foaming cleansers or micellar cleansers. So both these two skin types, dry skin and sensitive skin, may want to look for cleansers that have ingredients that are going to kind of nourish the skin. And so those ingredients could be ceramides, colostrum, allantoin, oat. These kind of ingredients are going to help rebalance the skin, but also nourish and hydrate the skin. And then if you have oily skin, you may want to look for gel cleansers and maybe cleansers that have ingredients that are going to help balance oil production, such as salicylic acid, niacinamide, and or glycolic acid. And if you have normal skin type, you probably can just pick whichever cleanser you want, whichever you feel most comfortable using. Or you could do like I do, that you just, you assess your skin according to the season and according to the climate that you are. Maybe you want to, if it's a little bit more of a drier climate, you may want to use something that's more creamy and hydrating. Or if you are in a little bit of a humid climate, maybe you want to use something that's going to help control a little bit of the oil production. However, the most important thing to note, as I mentioned, when buying a cleanser, when selecting a cleanser, is to find one that's gentle and that you enjoy using. And very important as well is that when you buy a cleanser, it does not have to be the most expensive. It is the least expensive product that you want to invest in your skincare routine. And that is because it is not left in your skin long enough to make a significant difference as it would if it was a treatment. A treatment stays in your face for longer, so that is something that you would want to invest a little bit more. But cleansers, you don't really need to. And nowadays, even if they have really nice ingredients, like these treatment ingredients, they don't do, crazy much difference. Yes, especially those for oily skin, salicylic acid can really help, but it won't make such a difference as a treatment will still, if that makes any sense. So now I just wanted to show you some of the cleansers that I have so that you can have an idea of maybe what to look for. You don't have to get the same ones that I have, but just to serve as a guide. So the first cleanser that I want to share with you is this one from La Roche-Posay. It's from their Toleriane line. This is a very, very gentle cleanser. It's very nice for people that have very dry, very sensitive skin. It has no fragrance, and it also has glycerin, so it's going to really help to nourish the skin as well as cleanse it, and leaves the skin feeling really nice and calm and soothed. Really, it's a very, very nice one. The other one that I have is this one from Aveeno. It's from their Calm and Restore range, and it's called Nourishing Oat Cleanser. This one is almost like a gel. You can see there, it's almost like a gel, and it also has no fragrance. I've actually recently seen a dermatologist recommend this. Her name is Dr. Vanita. She is here on YouTube, and her channel is about skincare for people of skin of color, and she spoke about this one being one of her favorites for people with skin of color, although I think it's great for all skin types. And this one is super gentle, and it basically has a lot of oat extract. It has different kinds of oat extracts, and oat is very good for the skin because it's very nourishing, and it's also helps to repair the skin, and it also helps to calm and soothe the skin. So it's a very, very nice one. And the other one that I have is this one from Avène. It's called the Cleanse. It's from their Cleanse range, which is a cleansing gel. And this one is geared more for people that have oily skin. So it has ingredients like Avène's thermal water, which is supposed to be soothing, nourishing, hydrating. But it also has this ingredient that's called zinc gluconate, which is supposed to be not only soothing for the skin if the skin is inflamed, but it's also supposed to help fight breakouts. And this one is the one that I'll probably be using, especially in the spring and all the way in summer. I find it to be very gentle, and I don't think it's overly stripping. It does really help control the oils, but not overly stripping the skin, as I said before. Another great option that I have is this one. This one is from Bioderma. It's a huge, huge pot. It's a liter. And this one is more of a shower gel, but it's a shower gel that you can also use on the face. So it's designed to be very, very gentle, and all the family can use it, the children, everybody, and you can use it on your body, but you can also use it on your face. So it definitely has ingredients as well as glycerin and some other ingredients that are going to be hydrating. So although it has some cleansers, it's got these hydrating ingredients that are going to help balance out the negative effects that you could have on your skin from cleansing. I really like this one. This one's very nice, so I keep this one in the shower so that I don't have to go and get my other cleanser if I just want to cleanse my face in the shower. So now let's talk about the evening cleanse of our face. And cleansing our face in the evening is the most important, because in the evening is when our face is the most dirtiest, because we have makeup, we were sweating, there's pollution from the day, and all these things, and sunscreen, which we should all be using. So we definitely need to make sure that we do a proper cleanse in the evenings. And in the evenings, as I said, you want to make sure you're doing a proper cleanse. And by this I mean is because we're using makeup and sunscreen. And for instance, sunscreens are designed to form a layer on our skin, a protective layer for the sun and UV and all this. And if you just use a regular cleanser like the ones I mentioned, which are called water-based cleansers, it will not be enough to break down the sunscreen. So that leads me to the importance of double cleansing. Also, which I will talk about in a little bit. But also, I just wanted to stress the importance of not only removing the sunscreen, but also the importance of cleansing your skin, your face when you use makeup. Because I still know a lot of people who do not remove their makeup properly. And especially people who don't remove the mascara. And the problem with this is that when you go to sleep and you have mascara on your eyelashes, it's not only harmful to your eyelashes, because when you're sleeping, you're squashing your face in the pillow. This kind of bends your eyelashes, so it breaks them essentially because the mascara makes them hard, right? But also that the mascara kind of seeps under your mobile lids and goes into the eye, and it can kind of like start to scratch your eyeballs. But also another issue could be that by not washing your makeup properly and you leave product left, that can cause dandruff in your eyelashes. So yeah, I know. If you don't believe me, go and do your research and you will find and confirm this, what I'm telling you. So extremely important to make sure that you wash your face, you cleanse your face properly in the evening. So as I was going on to say, in the evenings, I like to do what is called a double cleanse. And if you're already not familiar with a double cleanse means that you're first going to do a first cleanse with an oil-based product to kind of break down and dissolve any oils and things that you have in your face, such as sunscreen and makeup. And then you're going to do a second cleanse with a water-based cleanser to remove any residue and any water-based dirt that you can't remove with the oil-based cleanser. So another way to do a double cleanse is to first remove your makeup and the bulk of the makeup, and you can do that by using a micellar water. I have this one here. You know how to use these. You use these with a little cotton round, and you leave them on your face to kind of break down the makeup and remove the bulk of the makeup and sunscreen, and then you follow up by using your water-based cleanser. My favorite micellar water is this one from Bioderma. It is, I think it's the first people to create the micellar water, and this is very gentle, can be used by all skin types. However, I don't use this very often. I prefer to use an oil cleanser, which I'll tell you a little bit more in a little bit. But I do like having a micellar water to sometimes when I don't use too much makeup, this is what I do to do my first cleanse. I use micellar water. But also I like using this especially for when I'm doing makeup and I want to correct like a mistake or sharpen my wing liner. I find that micellar waters are great for that. Alternatively, if you wear waterproof makeup, so you want to first cleanse it with a bifacial makeup cleanser. So bifacial are these that they have a water and oil, and you have to shake them up to mix them, and then you use them in a cotton round and you apply them to your eyelashes, and to kind of leave them a little bit to break down the mascara and the eyeshadow and all that. So that is a way of doing your first cleanse. You remove the bulk of the makeup with a makeup remover such as this one from Bioderma. It's a really great one. It's very gentle. I really like this one. And I use this sometimes, especially when I'm using mascara, waterproof mascara and a lot of eyeshadow and stuff. Then I like to use this first. So moving on to talk about the proper cleanser, oil cleansers that you use to do the double cleanse. As I mentioned before, you can do double cleanse using a micellar water or makeup remover. That would count as your first cleanse. However, when people talk about double cleanse, usually they talk about using an oil-based cleanser. And I'm going to show you one that I have here. And this one is from Beauty Pie. And I don't know if you've heard that saying that oils dissolve oils, and that's exactly why people like to use oil-based cleansers to do the first cleanse. And if you think about it, oils dissolve oil, so even people that have very oily skin are going to be able to use this without having to worry. But that not only dissolves the excess oil, but it also helps to dissolve the sunscreens and the makeup, which often also contain ingredients, oil-based ingredients. So it's really going to help to dissolve that properly. And the balms, the way they work is that you take a scoop, as I'll show you, you take a scoop and then you massage it straight onto dry skin, and until the makeup and everything dissolves, and then you can wet your hand a little bit and wet your face and emulsify it. It turns into a milk, and then you can choose to either rinse away with water, or some people like to use a wet cloth to remove it, and that can also be quite satisfying, but also it can work as a way of doing a mild exfoliation to your face. I don't often do that. I usually just prefer to rinse off the product, and then I follow by using the water-based cleanser to remove any residue left from the balm. I was showing you this one from Beauty Pie. It's the balm that I have at the moment. So it's a solid oil-based cleanser. So it's in a balm texture. And I'll be honest with you, this is not my favorite, but I will leave down below in the description box some of the other balms that I can suggest, some balms that I have actually used and enjoyed a lot more better than this one, just as a suggestion if you're interested. And I just wanted to pause here to note something about cleansing balms, is that I've heard a lot of people using things like coconut oil and castor oil to remove their makeup. And the problem with this is that they are not designed in the way that these cleansing oils or cleansing balms are designed, that they actually emulsify. That means that they're able to mix with water, and you can emulsify it and then rinse off with water. So the problem with using coconut oil and castor oil is that they're not designed to emulsify. Therefore, they're not going to rinse off properly from your face, which could lead to problems such as clogged pores, blackheads and things like that. So I would not advise or suggest at all to use any type of cooking oils to do this. Balm. So I spoke about the balms, which are oil-based cleansers. They're the solid version, and now I'm going to talk about the liquid proper oil type of cleanser, and these are my preferred type of oil cleansers. And I really enjoy these. They work the same way as the balms. You apply them straight to your dry skin. You massage them until everything melts and dissolves, and then you can emulsify it a little bit and then rinse it off, and then follow with your water base. I particularly love this one. This one is from Caudalie. I find that it works really well to dissolve even waterproof makeup, so it doesn't leave any residues of the makeup after I rinse it off. It rinses out clean. I really like it, and I also have a few others that I also like, and I will also leave them suggested in my description box. So the reason why I really like using oil-based cleansers to remove my makeup and do my first cleanse is because precisely they are oils. It makes them more slippery, and that means that you won't be pulling and tugging on your skin, especially around the eye area. So they are generally more gentle on the skin, and that's why I really like them. And then another great thing about using an oil cleanser is that it's an opportunity for you to do a little massage on your face, to do a little, so to help stimulate the blood circulation, but also to do a little bit of a lymphatic drainage. We already spoke about the first cleanse as part of your double cleanse. Now we're going to talk about the second cleanse, which is basically you're going to use your water-based cleanser, which is perhaps the same cleanser that you used in the morning, because you do not need to have 3 different cleansers. You basically can choose to have just 2, like for instance these 2. So I would use this one both in the morning and the night, and then I would use this one first in the night and then this one. Or you can choose to have something like this. So you have this one you use to remove your makeup, and then you follow up using this one, and then in the morning you only use this one. So I hope that makes sense. And just a few things to keep in mind as well when cleansing your face is you want to make sure that you're not using very hot water and also not very cold water. So always lukewarm, or kind of a little bit cold, not freezing either. And also, when you dry your face, you want to make sure you have a separate cloth for your face, separate towel, something preferably soft. And you want to dry your face with patting motions, and you don't want to be sweeping your face, because that can be a little bit irritating. And, it's not something that I follow. I sometimes remember and sometimes I don't, but generally it's advised for you to just pat dry your skin very delicately. So this is all that I wanted to share with you in terms of finding the right cleanser for you, but also how to properly cleanse your face as part of the first step in putting together an effective anti-aging skincare routine. I hope that this was helpful and it works as a guide, and maybe you found something here that you haven't found anywhere else. And if you do have a question of any of the products that I've mentioned, or any other question in general, please don't hesitate to leave it down in the comments. I would happily try to answer you. And if you stayed all the way till the end, I want you to know that I am really thankful. I really appreciate you keeping me company here, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Ciao.